Right then, as promised, I'm going to show you guys around Molly, the interior setup, how we've done it with the new camper and everything. Yeah, because we did that video before. Check it out if you haven't already on the upgrades to Molly mechanically and getting it all ready for overland expeditions. But yeah, this video is going to be about the interior setup, power, water, creature comforts, all that kind of thing. So yeah, stick around, let's get into it. So back in summer of 24, once we got Molly back from the mechanical side of things, all the upgrades, I got to work building the interior of this camper. It's nothing fancy, you can see that. Basically, I started with a wooden frame and I've clad it with simple things that we had around. For instance, pallet wood as some of the fascias. The rest is just box frame on 2B1, which neither of us are that heavy, so it seems to be sturdy enough construction. It doesn't creak or groan or anything, which is nice. Just got simple at the moment because I was going to start with just a trial with chipboard under the mattresses and the counter, and then I was going to replace it at some point, but I think I might actually just sand it and paint it with like a gloss white or something especially like for this kitchen. It needs a good sand and a paint to give like a wipeable surface so we don't get all these stains and things. But essentially we have storage underneath the kitchen counter, so we have pots and pans, we have our cutlery, boards and things like that, and down here there's a big storage which goes deeper, I'll show you later, underneath, and there's a lot more storage behind which you can access from the door too. This side, so if I briefly show you what it's about, and here, so we have these panels which come in to make the bed, and then below that there is even more storage, so for things like power, the diesel heater, all live under here. I should have tidied that up, but yeah, you get the gist. Yeah, and more storage available at the back under here behind the wheel arch. So I've got a lot of oils in there. I managed to fit engine oil, diff, gearbox oil, brake fluid, things like that in there, which is nice. Little gets it out the way under the mattresses as well, so you don't even see it, which is nice. One of the key things with this build was to have it as light as possible. Previously we've had a lot of heavy stuff in here, not with the original seats, drawer systems and security things, so this time gone with a simple frame construction, like I said, with the 2B1. Flooring is literally just some leftover lino that we had from our home back in Yorkshire. I didn't even board underneath, which I'm not sure if I will do in the future, just to keep weight down and things, as if you can feel sort of the lumps in the original floor, but it doesn't seem to bother us. Quite happy with it, to be honest. Here we have the outlet for our diesel heater. It's a 5 kilowatt diesel heater, which is definitely overkill for this, but you can have it really nice and toasty. It can be like 0 degrees or -3. When I was back in Yorkshire, I went and tested it out, and you could have it like 21 degrees in here on level 1 or 2, which is the minimum setting, which is interesting. But it's nice because you can take the chill off, or warming up before you go to bed first thing in the morning, switch it on. And there's also an outlet in the front of the car, so when the bed is fully made you can still get heat coming out and circulating. Controller sits up here, carbon monoxide detector and smoke alarm just for extra safety. Those live there. Up top I managed to secure us a cupboard each for our clothes and personal items, just on a little magnet clip. That's my one, and then Christina's.
No, they're both are mine.
Just enough to store enough clothes and stuff for the trip. That actually ended up fitting in there quite nicely. It's very sturdy and doesn't move about. Let's talk a little bit about water and power, how we power this thing and keep hydrated on the go. So I'll cut briefly now to a short snippet about this week's video sponsor, ITIL. Got a couple of filters in there, supposedly a reverse osmosis system. As you can see, it has one inlet, which is I've just filled up from the tap just now, but you can do it from fresh water sources. That's in there with a little filter on the end of it, which then goes into the machine. You switch it on, and you have one pipe for your drinking water outlet, and then the blue one just is the wastewater, which apparently you can use as your sort of kitchen water for duties and things, but not for drinking, whereas the white one is the drinking water. Comes with this bag, a couple of spare filters, so you have the reverse osmosis filter and the so-called hybrid filter. That's what you get, and there's two obviously in it already, and there's those are spares. I just got a couple of containers for our water. I have another sort of Ridge Monkey, which we fill in from these into, and it has a tap on and things, which is easier. At the moment I've just got the wastewater going into a separate bucket. Can just put it on the floor or save it for doing the dishes. A few of the specs can be seen there if you want to pause, take a look. Comes with a little instruction manual too, and this has been running for probably about 10-15 minutes, and this is a 12 litre container, so that's the amount I've managed to do in that time. Not too bad, just sitting here chilling, waiting for it to do its thing. There it is, that's how we are filtering our water currently, and I'll stick a link in the description below, and the discounts that you can use will be there as well. And once we've filtered all that water, we have roughly 30-35 litres of fresh water on board, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but for the current trips and stuff we're doing at the moment, it's enough. Keeps us going for 4, 5, 6 days even. Power wise, we have a couple of things going on here. So originally I had a second battery installed in the engine bay, and this does a few things, like for example the diesel heater, the lighting that runs off of that circuitry, off of a fuse board. And for everything else, you probably noticed that we're now cooking on induction, and that is being used off of our power box or power station, whatever you like to call it. I'm not going to talk a lot about that. We've had that for a year or so now. You might have seen other videos regarding this setup, but we're soon going to change that, because it's not been the most ideal situation for us. But there's exciting news about an upgrade on the way soon, and we're going to do a proper lithium battery install, charge controller, DC to DC, and even solar, so that's something to look forward to. The power station has like a 2000 watt inverter, which allows us to use induction cooking. This is a low draw one. It's about 800 watts peak power when it's on max. We do want to upgrade this when we get our new battery system to have like a double burner, because at the moment if we need two, we use a mixture of the small gas and this one too. Power station also is powering our fridges. We have 2 fridges from Direct 4x4. These are great space saving option for a small camper like this, because with the traditional fridges you get for Overland 12 volt fridges, it tends to have too much height, so this needed to stay low so that we've got the headroom, to sit up straight inside here. So having 2 drawer fridges like this enabled us to have the similar amount of storage space, but in a much more compact solution. And we found these to be really quiet. So at night, we used to have to turn the fridge off before in the past, but now we can leave them going all night because they're super quiet running, very low draw. The fridges could be probably running for weeks if it was just them on the power station. So I'm really pleased with that addition to this setup. It's enabled it to work, so to say. These go, you can have a fridge or freezer, and they go as low as -20 if you need it. Not that you would. We tend to have both on fridge mode at the moment, just because that's more of the stuff we carry, but it's nice to have the option to have one as a fridge, one as a freezer. As with any small space arrangement, storage is going to be absolutely key. So yeah, to avoid arguments and messy living conditions, it's best to have your storage on point. I showed you some of the under counter storage, under bed storage that we have, and also on each side of the vehicle underneath where the rear doors open, there's a lot of space where I store my tools, recovery gear, the water, for example, and all kind of things like that. So it's all out the way, you're not tripping over things. One thing that's been a game changer for this trip so far is the addition of these pocket storage, the canvas bag pocket storage. Yeah, and this is actually something we're working on now. We want to be able to offer it to you guys very soon. Probably when we're back from this trip, we'll be able to finalize it and get it on the store, JKoverland.shop. Yeah, so essentially these allow for a lot of extra storage for all kitchen equipment and things you're going to use. Like when we're using the table here, we've got all this stuff available: spices, kettles, cups, bin liners, all the washing up equipment, you name it. And I'm really pleased with the way it's mounted as well. You know, on steel cable, and use riv nuts to screw it in, and it's been very secure. It doesn't move about, and these are going to be available as vehicle specific kits, which is really nice. And we're going to have different mounting locations, different vehicles. So yeah, keep an eye at JKoverland.shop. They will be coming soon. Looks like we might be going hungry if that's all the food we got left today. Maybe it's McDonald's then. We wanted to make sure that we had usable space outside too, because it's nice to be able to get in the vehicle and cook up and everything, but it's also nice to be able to have the space so someone can be inside and someone can be outside preparing food or whatever. So we have this table, this katana outdoor table, which really opens this up, and what with the extension and things, there's a lot of usable workspace. So I bring the induction cooker out here and chopping board everything, and I'll prep up dinner whilst maybe Christina's doing some work or something inside. It's just nice to not tripping over each other. Even if the weather's a bit off, what with the awning, if it's raining, can still be out here preparing a meal. I've temporarily done this on like a quick release system, so I store it inside the vehicle. That was only because we got this as a last minute addition, and what with the camper coming right to the back door, I couldn't mount it permanently, so I put it on and off. It's quite easy, but when I get home I do want to modify the back of the camper slightly so that I can permanently mount this. And the way you permanently mount this would be on, you know, drilling riv nuts into the door. I've done 2 for the quick release, but we will finish the rest at some point so it can just live here and be really easy. Yeah, and these are available at the JKoverland shop too, so do go and have a look on there. There might be something you like, and it supports the channel.
And there's also a lovely, lovely light switch, which I'm so fond of.
Yeah, that's really cool, isn't it?
So
it's
nice.
got an inbuilt light with it, which at night really lights up this area, and it's really easy to prep food, cook, whatever you're doing. Even sometimes get the laptop out and do a bit of work on here. It's an extra surface. You can stand up rather than sitting down. So a little bit on the awning. This is actually a brand new design from Direct 4x4. It's called the mini 180 degree awning. So essentially it allows you to put it on the back of the vehicle like this, rather than the regular 180s or 270s. They would be too long for this positioning. And it's perfect for our setup as a camper, because everything you want to do will be here on the back door, on the table, and the back of the vehicle essentially. So yeah, that's been a really nice addition to the setup, especially with a bit extra each side. It gives you that, rather than having a straight out one, you get a bit more protection when it's raining and things from either side. Back to storage again. Anything extra is a bonus. We've got one of the Direct 4x4 plastic storage container boxes on the roof rack. I've made 3 holes in the bottom of it, and it's drilled through the centre of the roof rack, so it's really secure on there, and we can keep a load of other things up there, bits of spares, gym equipment, Christina's yoga mat,
Excuse
for
me.
example, things like that that would just be in your way if you keep them in the vehicle in a small space. So it's just nice to be able to chuck a load of stuff up there, even like my grease gun and things is in there as well, I think. Things like the fridges, the awning, the storage box, the traction boards, they're all from Direct 4x4. Support this channel, and we can offer you that 12% discount on all the expedition gear. You just have to put in JKoverland 2025 in capitals at the checkout, and yeah, it's perfect time of year to sort of get your rig or overland adventure car set up for this year's adventures. Important part to mention is just before this trip we had the windows tinted, so yeah, Molly now has limo tint on the whole back of the vehicle. That just enables us to be living in the camper comfortably, not feeling like we're in a goldfish bowl. So highly recommend that. It's been sort of a game changer, to be honest. And yeah, for the inside of the windows cold conditions, we use the insulated window blinds. We've got full set, stick in the front and back, so every window is covered, which is nice because it's like complete blackout as well. Those are available. I'll put a link in the description to the guys that sell those if you're interested, because it was vehicle specific as well. So all the cushions are actually like memory foam, furniture foam that is cut to size. Well, actually originally we had it for the old Molly setup with the fold over the rear seats and drawers, but we cut it all into sections to make it work for this when the bed is set up like this. Christina made these awesome cushion covers which actually zip on and off, so you can wash them, which is nice. I'm sure we'll have to do that at some point, so yeah, that's actually worked really well. And even between the foam and the top, we've put like a, what was it? It was a
Memory foam
mattress topper that we cut the sections out as well to add an extra layer of comfort, which does work, because before we used to feel the base a little bit, but now we don't at all.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, do let us know. We will be more than happy to answer in a comment section below. And also consider liking, subscribing, always helps the channel. And also, if you'd like to support us, do check us out, or JKoverland shop. You might find something that you like, so you never know. Okay, well, that's it for now, and we'll see you in the next adventure. Who knows where it's going to be.